Hey guys! So in this video I'm going to share with you something that did not turn out very good. In fact, it's an extension of the video that we did before about how to make the oregano vinegar. So the oregano, one of the most important things that you should know about fermenting is that things are not always going to go according to plan. Wait, this applies to life. So, you know, when I'm doing my fermentation, things like sauerkraut or the vinegar, I really go in with an open mind, willing and eager to learn, and not necessarily trying to get it right as much as like I want to get it right, like we want to get things right, but I know it's not always going to go right, and I can learn from every experience. So we have a big learning experience today, and I just want to caution you, what I'm going to show you is actually kind of gross. I think some people are going to be pretty disturbed by it. So if you don't like gross, disturbing things that look gross, then do not continue watching this video. And if you like gross, disturbing things, you're going to love this. So, so vinegar is a beautiful medicine. Traditionally, it was used in a lot of different ways, but then when conventional medicine came along, these traditional methods like using vinegar were put aside in favor of pills. But vinegar it's alive, it's a probiotic, it has a kind of bacteria in it. There are many different kinds of bacteria, and when we're growing vinegar or kombucha or sauerkraut, we want certain kinds of bacteria, we don't want other kinds of bacteria. So I'm going to show you the difference today between some kinds of bacteria that we would really like and kinds not so great. I'm also going to show you like what I'm going to do to handle it. Hi everyone, good afternoon. So I'm feeling a little bit tired, so if I look a little smooshy, it's because I feel smooshy. I'm about to get my period, so when a woman is about to get her period, it's called the luteal state. That can also be the time when she's like has less energy and is more emotionally sensitive, and you know, tread with caution when a woman is luteal, and when you know you're luteal, just like be very gentle with yourself. That's one thing I've learned. So I'm a little luteal right now. So so yeah. Hi. Oh, hi Rosalind. Hi in New Jersey. Yeah, Belinda, thank you. You know, I'm really pleased with how the hair turned out. I have to catch myself from like checking myself out too much. Okay, chill. It's okay. Okay. So without further ado, let's go. So here we're gonna move. So here are two samples of vinegar, right? This one I just pulled the top off because we're about to look at it, and I was gonna deal with it, but yeah, Lacey, it's luteal. I like that. It's luteal, Luteal. Just tread with caution. And then also knowing that it's like, oh, okay, whoa, good to know, good to remember. So when I want to like start crying or lash out at someone, it's like, okay, wait, whoa, like pull back the reins on that horse. Like I just had lunch. When I was in the ayahuasca ceremony with Stella the last time, she came with me, she followed me, I couldn't avoid it. So we sat in ceremony together, and there were times during the night where I had to sort of like control her, because like there was another dog that was barking, you know, and so I would do this thing where I would just like kind of gently put my fingers on her snout and be like, no, and like contain yourself, contain your energy, like don't bark, don't bite, don't lash out, like I put that little pressure, and she would get it, and she would just contain herself. And so I think of that with myself when I'm tempted to like lash out or say something, or like, you know, sometimes I will just energetically and just imagine just like I'm just kind of like pressing down my snout. Like Bronco's doing great, by the way. He's not chewing on his thing, so he doesn't need the comb. Let me just show you this. It's such a beautiful day today. The wind has been blowing, and it was so nice during the photo shoot. We just got these like gorgeous gusts coming through, and I really just felt like it was like the angels. It was like the angels just smiling on me. In fact, I said a prayer. There's the angel of beauty, Jophiel. So I said a prayer to Jophiel, like, Jophiel, please help and create some beautiful images today. And then as the wind was blowing, I was like, Sofiel, thank you. It was so nice. So let's peek. It's also, I think it's now time. Oh, Bronco's pants fell over. Oh, be quiet. Yeah, so we'll give you the little. So Bronco's doing well. He's not wearing the comb because he has not been munching. But his leg is, you know, it's not great, but it's not getting super swollen. He's on the pain meds. He's also on some CBD oil for dogs. This is like a dog one. Actually, yeah, I got this nearby at Casa Curativa. This is one of the things they sell. And yeah, this really helps. I got this when Stella had her surgery and was freaking out, and now I know to keep that on hand. So Bronco is chill. Let's just say Bronco is chilling. Stella's chilling. Okay, without further ado, let's Tina, I don't know Ango. So before we open this up, we're going to wash our hands. So what I'm about to show you guys is the oregano vinegar that we started in another video a few weeks ago. So I opened it up about a week or so ago, and it was like, oh, this does not look good. And so I messaged my friend who's like the local, one of the local fermentation specialists, and I was like, what do I do? And she's like, ooh, well, take off that top layer, throw it in the compost pile. The compost will love it. And then Alice, Mama left yesterday and hasn't been back, so I don't know, but I talked to the vet, and I want to order, I talked to the vet about getting myself a supply of some anti-inflammatory and the pain meds, because it just, with all of these dogs, I mean, I literally am taking care of 9 dogs right now. I feel so much for Aaron of Perros Libres. He has at least twice as much, if not 3 times as many dogs, and so it's a lot. So I really see the importance of having like the first aid kit on hand. Anyways, are you guys ready to see something really gross? Let's go. Okay, so I washed my hands. So here I'm about to show you, this is the oregano vinegar, and this is the other vinegar. So let me show you the good vinegar first. Let me show you what a healthy SCOBY looks like. So when you're growing vinegar, you're working with colonies of bacteria, really good bacteria. That's why this is like really good for your gut. Lots of traditional medicinal uses for vinegar. So growing on top, that's a SCOBY. Stands for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. That's a good looking SCOBY. You see how it's like nice and flat. It's got a little bit of indentation. I'm not sure what that's about. But it's looking pretty good, right? You see that? It's looking pretty good. Okay, now let's go see the one that's not looking so great. So 3, 2, 1, the reveal. Ew. So it's got bugs on it. So bugs got in. It's got some really weird cultures of bacteria growing. You see how it's off-gassing for sure, which is good. We want the off-gassing because that means the magic is happening. But yeah, so there's your nice, good, clean, flat one. It's got a few dots. I'm wondering what those are about. I might even, well, I don't want to remove it because the SCOBY is kind of like a protective layer. But this one, so what I'm going to do here is, actually, why don't we do it right now? I'm going to remove this one, and we're going to see what it's looking like underneath there. So, sorry guys, your gross party is over. Your gross party is super over. So, here's what we're going to do. So, ooh, look at this. Ooh. So it's still a SCOBY, like it's still working. It just has not the best bacteria in it, or it's just not what we're looking for. So remember how I said, like, yeah, I know, science project for sure. Yeah. So when we're working with fermentation, one thing to know is that we're always learning. So every batch of sauerkraut, even if you don't get a good batch right away, you're gonna have something that you're gonna be able to learn from. Okay, this didn't work. This was too salty. This was too sour. This didn't taste good. This tasted great. This bubbled really well. This didn't bubble. Like, And so we're learning with each one. And so this was definitely a learning experience. One thing I learned was that this cheesecloth did not keep the bugs out. So I learned that these bigger towels do a better job at keeping the bugs out. Now, why did it happen like this? I actually don't know. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So here's what I'm going to do. So you want to smell it, and your body is a really good mechanism to test and gauge whether something is like good or bad. If you smell something and you instinctively naturally feel like deeply repulsed by it, that's a really good sign that it's toxic. It's not good for you, right? And if you smell something and it's like it's okay, like oh it's fine, then that's also a really good indicator. So I'm gonna smell this and I'm gonna see how I respond in my body. So doesn't smell bad at all. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So here's what I've been advised. Because I have the good vinegar here, and I know that because the SCOBY's healthy, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scoop out all the organic matter, all the oregano from the garden. And then what we're gonna do is I'm going to, oh yeah, look at that. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's get the thing. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scoop out all the stuff, and it was ready to be scooped out anyway. You really only need to leave the plant matter in for about like a week-ish. But I'm lazy and I forget and I don't want to, and I don't want to bother, so I let it stay in for longer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scoop it out with this fancy futuristic contraption here. So that's some of the old SCOBY. So there's definitely some interesting stuff going on in here, that's for sure. And now by removing the top layer, I might actually be able to salvage this. I know it looks really gross, but it doesn't smell gross. My body isn't instinctually having like a bad reaction to it. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take some of the vinegar from the healthiest SCOBY, and I'm gonna add it to this, and I'm just gonna see what happens. Does it grow that same bacteria, or can I salvage it? And then if it grows a healthy SCOBY on top, then that's a really, really, really great sign. So this is all the, oh, also, you know, this time I used panela sugar. So it's like, you kind of want to notice, like, what did I do this time? What were the factors? Was it really hot? Was it cold? Did I use a different, like, sugar source? Like I also let this one sit out in the sun outside for a whole afternoon. So did I get some bacteria from the environment? Like, so maybe, like, you know, we're collecting information, and this is ultimately how you become really good at something. You do it a bunch of times, you fail, and you get perspective. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, this didn't go well. It didn't go well like this one. And that one, actually, and funny enough, that one is a resuscitated one from a batch of pineapple vinegar that did not go well. But then I resuscitated it and I added some of the good apple vinegar that went well. And then now I've got this like perfect SCOBY. So it's like a process of learning and resuscitation. And then also, you know, when I was thinking about this, it was, again, you know, Lacey, anyone who's like luteal or feeling tired or whatever you're doing, whatever experiment, whatever thing you're doing in your life, vinegar or otherwise, that maybe didn't go so well, you know, like, first of all, can you be kind to yourself and others? Can you be kind in the process? And can you look at this like, okay, I'm learning the best way to do things. And it's okay. It's okay when things don't go well, because I'm just gathering information. So it's not about getting it right or wrong. It's just gathering information to develop more of that feeling sense of like, what works and what doesn't. So yeah, I'm putting my hands in. Yeah, I'm not afraid to put my hands in it. This is like a living brew. These are microorganisms. Like, our bodies are made up of microorganisms. You know, my hands are clean. You know, this vinegar and I know it might sound weird to some of you, but like, I'm in a relationship with this vinegar. Like, We are connected. You know, we are not. It's like there's no like glass wall separating us. Like we're in this together, Vinegar. I love you and I believe in you. I love you and I believe in you, and I think you can still do it. I think you can still do it. I believe in you. And see, it has like all this green color is coming from that oregano. So this is the fresh oregano from the garden. And honestly, I should have scooped this out like a week or 2 weeks ago, honestly. I think we made that video in early June, and now here we are at the end of June. So I think this is actually gonna be okay. It smells fine. It smells like oregano. So now I know some of y'all are gonna be grossed out, but I'm gonna taste it. See what we're working with. So that's what my friend, who's kind of like the expert, says. She says, so first of all, smell it. Does it repulse you? It's like, no, it's fine. And if you feel up for it, taste it and see how it tastes. So I'm gonna take just like a tiny little Bismillah. Wow. Actually tastes fine. Tastes great, in fact. Tastes like a great vinegar. So the only thing we want to do is just get it to grow a healthy SCOBY. So I believe in you, Vinegar. You're beautiful. I'm not giving up on you. I know you got it. I know you got what it takes to turn yourself around. I trust in you. You can do it. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to, don't be alarmed, Stella. Don't be alarmed. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this healthy vinegar and add it in. So, actually, I want to taste this one first. This one looks really good. Look at this. Wow, that tastes, wow. Ooh, I can definitely taste the pineapple and the apple. That is a lovely brew. Ooh, I can feel it. Just Ooh. Oh, that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. All right, so now, no, there are no amoebas. This is not where amoebas come from. So now I'm gonna take some of this, and I'm just gonna pour. Ooh, I'm gonna pour this in. Pretty good. Want a little bit more. Great. You know, while we're here, this vinegar here is like really good and ready to go. So I'm going to put it in. We're gonna put it in a jar. Let's see. What do we got here? Here's all my fermentations going. These are some. This is a reishi mushroom that we found in the forest here in Sununa. Here's the last one. Oh, it's the full moon. So this one, oh no, it's the dark moon now. So this is the one I made on the full moon, and that's the really good first batch of oregano vinegar, turmeric, garlic, honey, raw garlic, lemon, fresh oregano, and pepper. That one's gonna be nice. There's another one I did of that. And I say the garlic honey because I actually fermented some garlic in honey, and then I used that in the fire cider, and it was really, really good. So, let's see, I need a bottle. Bottle, please. Let's get this one. Yeah. Looks fine. So also the thing about the vinegar is it sterilizes things. It neutralizes. That's why you can use vinegar as a cleaning agent. Oh my god, look, I have so many. Oh my gosh, I need a better system for my plants, but something to look forward to in the next time. Oh my god, I have an invasion of jars. I'm just looking for a top. There we go, we got a top. Put that there. actually, it had bugs on the top layer. So the SCOBY acts like a protective case on the top. So some bugs got through the cheesecloth because it wasn't enough over the edges, but they're not bugs in it. That's different. Okay, so let's grab where is my, it's probably here. Where's my, and then here are my oils. That was the calendula and the rose oil. I sifted those, I took the plant material out. Where is my, here it is. Got it. We're gonna do one of these. So I'm gonna do one of these. And then just hold, please. Yeah, Rosalind, I'm sure it's fine. Because my body would tell me. My body would tell me if there was anything if it was toxic or if there was anything bad for me, I would smell it. I would sense it. And that was just like, no, it looked bad on top. But once you take that off, you take off that growth, remove that plant material, then what's in the liquid seems to be fine. So now what I'm doing, I'm not, like, I taste it to see, okay, it's fine. And then I added in the good vinegar to get it going again, because there are all these interesting, like, alchemical reactions happening in the vinegar. So I'm just helping it along by giving it some of the fresh vinegar. So I'm going to watch this and see what happens over the next few weeks, by the time I leave for Bali. And then this is one of those science experiments that you can just kind of let it go for a while and then see what comes back, and it just gets better over time. So here's the good vinegar. This one I know it's got a great SCOBY on top. It's clean, it's working, it's good, it tastes good, it's ready. It's ready to harvest. So I'm going to harvest this vinegar, and I'm just going to keep it in a thing on my counter because I use this. So every morning I'll take like a spoon in some warm water. And this is a probiotic, so it's good for rebuilding the gut. It does all sorts of great things. It does all sorts of great things. Okay, cool. So, wow, it's got a zing. And you know what's cool after you take a swig of some good vinegar, like my body just feels like really like tick tick tick. It feels like ooh, like I get energy, like this. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's like I feel lighter and just like ooh, all these good things. Terry, who's looking after the pup salon in Bali? I have a friend who's going to come and stay here at my house, and he's really happy for it. He's currently pet sitting at another girl's house, and then she's about to come back, and then he's going to go to live at Paris Libres for July. And then August, he's going to move in here, which is great because when I went to the States last time, I had a local woman, I paid her every day to come and feed the dogs. But what happened is that my house, the patio, it turned into street dog party house. So there were like 7 to 10 dogs hanging out here. And I don't think including Violet. So at least Violet was getting fed, but there were a lot of dogs, and the floor was pretty gross when I came back. So this just feels better. This just feels better in a lot of different ways. So he's gonna take care of the pups. That was great. This is a lovely vinegar in it. I can really taste the apple and the pineapple together. So, and this one was a resuscitated one from the top. It didn't look like the one I showed you, but it was still just kind of like weirdly frilly, and it wasn't that nice, clean, flat SCOBY. So I resuscitated it, and now I got a beautiful, effervescent, medicinal, lovely, probiotic. Look at that. Look at the bubbles. It's so nice. So nice. They're so nice. So yeah. Okay, are we good? What should we do? Should we just pour the rest in, or should we let this one ride? Because it's a little less than half of the bucket now, so feels like a lot of thinking. Great. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that beautiful SCOBY, which is a symbiotic culture. It's alive. It's got all the good bacteria. It's got bacteria and yeast. we're going to put the SCOBY in the other one to resuscitate it, and then we're just going to bottle the rest of the vinegar. I'll just rinse it. This is from my last vinegar, so it's just like a little crusty on the bottom, but it's just vinegar. Great. And no, this is not how you get parasites. I know some of you are probably wondering. No, this is not how you get parasites. That's not how parasites work. All right, so and this is great because normally I go to Love Pro and I spend a good $25-30 on a gallon of apple cider vinegar. Oh, come on. And now I don't need to. Okay, that's good. So now we're going to take this beautiful SCOBY. So look at this. This is such a pretty SCOBY. Look at it. It's just perfect. It's like a perfect pancake. It's thick. It's gelatinous. It's healthy. You know, it's a complete opposite from the one that we saw that was really gross at the beginning. So this is alive. This is churning. This is doing the alchemy. This is doing the magic. You know, this is just like a wonderful, beautiful creature who is like a factory. It was just fur over here. Take that out. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that in the other bucket as an effort to resuscitate the other bacteria. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to dominate the concoction with the right kind of bacteria. So we saw the other kind of bacteria, which is not the one we wanted. That's okay. It's not bad. It's not wrong. It's just not the one that we wanted. So now we're going to take this SCOBY and we're going to just see what happens. So remember, we're doing a sort of science experiment. So here you go. Enjoy. Whoop. So we'll see what happens with this one. And so, yeah. All right, sweetie. Janice, am I ever scared the bacteria could go bad and make me sick? No, actually, I'm not. You don't want to eat moldy things. You don't want, again, if I smell it, my body will tell me if there's something, if I smelled it, was like, ooh, God, no. You know when you smell something, it's like, oh, God, no. That's your body saying, do not proceed. But when I smelled this one, it was like, okay, that's actually fine. And I removed the part that was suspicious and all of the plant matter under it. So the that's not like in the liquid. That was just where it was contacting the air. That was like the zone where there was the issue. But where it's not contacting the air, that's not where the issue seems to be. And I know that according to just my body's response. So, we can use our body as a tool. Is that a foolproof method? No. But do I feel safe in this regard based on my own experience, based on what I feel and sense and read? Can I trust myself? Yeah. So Terry, if you want to go back, there was another video. If you want to go back and see how this begins, first go back and watch the how to make oregano vinegar video where I chop the fresh oregano and I put in the sugar, the panela, and I talk you through the process. And then just so you know, when you do fermentation, sauerkraut, vinegar, kombucha, it's not always going to go according to plan. You might have a really good batch. You might have batches where something turns out weird, and that's okay. It's part of the learning process. I'm not trying to get it perfect. I'm just trying to learn, and going in, oh, Terry, thank you for the stars. Going in with that attitude, whether that's making vinegar or life, going in with the attitude of learning rather than getting it perfect, you're going to have a much better time and be able to be more joyful in the process of learning, right? Knowing that it's okay if it doesn't go well. It's okay if it doesn't go according to plan, because it's like, okay, well, what can I learn from this? So also what I'm going to learn from this is I'm going to use this one this time, because this one really did a good job at keeping the bugs out. Okay, bye. I love you. Good luck. This one kept the bugs out, whereas the cheesecloth didn't. So that's one of my pup alarm. Terry, did you say the pup alarm? Hey, hi, buddy. Ooh. Yeah. You're doing great, buddy. You're doing great. All right, let's see. Hi, puppies. Hi, puppies. Hi, puppies. Oh. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi, little ones. Up. Oh. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Saya. Hi, honey. Yeah, Janice, I'm so excited about my trip. The other two, so one has been adopted, and then the other one, I don't know, is probably sleeping in the pup house, sleeping on the hill. They're a little bit more, thank you, they're a little bit more adventurous now, so they're not always together. Ooh, thank you. Oh, hi. So when oh yeah, they definitely respond to my voice. Hey, puppies. Hey, puppies. Hey, puppies. That's always the call. That's always the call I give them. And then they come running. That's when I call them in the morning. When I'm like coming down, I always call the same thing. And so they know it. So when I'm coming home, excuse me, that tickles. When I'm coming home, when I'm downstairs, I'll call that out. I'll do a special whistle. I'll call it out, and that activates all the dogs. And they know that I'm home. Oops. So I am actually today, I don't know if you saw the video, but I saw my friend Christina in the street, and she said that she knows someone who's looking for a puppy, so that might be number 5. So that might be all of the puppies, which is great. Yeah, Kathy, that was a tube in Bronco's leg. He got some sort of injury about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then it's been kind of a saga with it was swelling, and then it was bleeding. Oh, hi. And then it was bleeding. Hi, baby. Stella rode on a motorcycle today with me. We rode together as a passenger on a motorcycle. It was very, very unlikely, but it worked, I think. You're celosa. In Spanish, ella está celosa. She's jealous. Oh, do you like the vinegar? Thank you. I love you. Jim, you can't have the Roddy pup. You can't have any of the pups. Actually, this is Saya. She's already spoken for by my future neighbor at my land, my friend Melchora, a local woman whose dog just died recently, and she wants a dog as like a guard dog, as like a dog for their family, which is great. And you know, it's so funny because originally I thought, oh my God, puppies, how am I gonna find home? Nobody wants puppies, but it turns out lots of people want puppies, and these puppies are actually really special because they're healthy, they've grown up, they don't have any fear, they have never been on the street, they don't even know what a tuk-tuk is, they've never even seen a tuk-tuk. So they're going to be vaccinated by the time they leave. And yeah, these are very special puppies. These are very, very special, sort of like valuable puppies that are very rare around here. You know, normally you'd have to buy puppies like these that have been very well cared for and are healthy and happy. So these are probably some of the luckiest puppies pretty much ever because they have this whole wonderful playground, and now they go down, they go exploring. In fact, puppies, do you want to show them? Should we go into the garden? Do you want to show them how we go into the garden? All right, let's I think Bronco's gonna be fine. So yeah, Bronco has a drainage tube in his leg. The pus isn't coming out through the tube, it comes out like in between or like on the sides. Hi, I'm sorry. Okay, puppies, let's get our shoes. Let's get the shoes. We'll go into the garden. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go show them how you go into the garden. Come on. Come on, Saya. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, little one. Stella, do you want to come? Okay. Bronco's good. He won't be gone long. I think Broncos are just, I think he's just a little bit stoned right now on the pain meds and the CBD oil I gave him, so he's chilling. He's chilling hard. Okay. See how they go down the steps? Like big dogs now. So cute. All right, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Yeah. Hey, puppies. Hey, puppies. Hey, puppies. Oh, yeah. She's like, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Hi, Saya. Yeah. Yeah, look at you big puppies. Look at you big puppies. Oh. Come on, honey. Come on, puppies. Choo-choos. Okay, I guess they don't want to come. We've got 3. 3 and 5. So this is their whole world. Oh, there's number 5. He was sleeping in the shade. So it looks like this is the one that Gloria is going to take. Excuse me. So they have a really great life, you know. They just, you know, they've been very sheltered. Yeah, here we go. You know, they had the safety of the dog house to be born. Oh, and that's why number 5 was here. There's Mama. So Mama, hi Violet. Sorry. Mama hangs out. Violet hangs out in different spots in the shade, and sometimes the puppies will be with her. Sometimes the puppies will be with me. So Violet lets me come pretty close, but this is about as close as we get. And she knows that I'm cool and I'm good for the puppies. I don't harm them. I'm not a threat. Yeah, do you see yourself? Oh, did you just? So yeah, sorry I surprised you, Violet. So she's still I mean they're pretty big now. She doesn't have much milk left, but they, you know. Yeah, they're all gonna think their names are puppies. Only Saya has a name. The other ones I haven't been able to give names. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, hi. That's where you were. You were suckling on Mama in the shade. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, you see, Violet just left through the hole in the fence, and the puppy will not. Hopefully, the puppy will not leave. It's like no, that's like the next layer of outside world. So they've made very, very small steps from the doghouse to the little yard to the staircase, then up the stairs to my house and down the steps into the garden. So, you know, they have a very sheltered, happy, safe life here. And, you know, that's the best I can do for them. Give them the best start that I can. And then actually, I've been talking about it. On Wednesday, I'm going to Pana. I'm going to get on a boat and go to the bigger city, where there are pet shops, and that's when we're going to make the puppy pack. So each puppy is going to be sent off in the world with a nice little puppy pack, including, you know, some toys, food, flea shampoo, collar, a leash. Yeah. What teacher am I going to Bali for, Matthew? I'm going for the teacher within. No, there's a lot of great stuff in Bali. There's the recovery community. That's like a 12-step like addiction community. There are all my friends at the temples. There's the place. You know, this sounds. Hey, oh, don't. Don't. I know it sounds funny, but allergic reaction. See, I touch them and I get allergies. So when I was in Bali, I was at this one temple. It was close to where I was staying in this little village called Gianyar. And apparently this temple was the birthplace of Bali Hinduism. It was where this water shrine was located. And I would visit this shrine, and I would go there and I would pray. And I was in the middle of all this darkness and change, and I was getting sober, and it was just like, I just felt like I was raw. You know, it was my first 30 days of sobriety. I was like raw. It was like having no skin. I was so sensitive. I had no, Anyways, so I would pray out loud at this temple. And next thing I knew, I was rhyming, and next thing I knew, I was doing these like sort of like spiritual raps. Like I was rapping my prayers. And that's I joke, that's where my career as a rapper began. My rapper name was Gentle Knowing. Some of you know that. Some of you have been following for a while know that. I have several different names that I've accumulated over time. Oh, Janice, yeah, Janice. So good question. I'm going back to the Cave of Fear. So this is where that was a different water temple. There's so many water temples in Bali. It's unbelievable. So I am going to go back to the Cave of Fear. If you guys don't know what that is, just wait. It's a really freaking scary cave that I like to go inside just to torture myself. No, it's a place where I face my fears. So I'm going to go back to the Cave of Fear. I'm going to go back to the place where I started rapping, but this time I'm going to bring my ukulele. So this time I'm going to go back and really continue on this journey of like opening myself, and this is also a journey of remembrance, because maybe you heard me say that part of why I'm going is that the journals from that time, this really pivotal transformational time in my life, they're lost. Like 4 journals, which was really heartbreaking initially, but it's spawned, the call to adventure. So, excuse me. You having fun? Yeah, Ava is one of my names. I have other ones, like Zuni was one of my names. Nangnuk is one of my names. Amrika Chakri was one of my names at different times. I've got a lot of different names. Ow. But Ava, ow. Okay, hey. I don't like the biting of the toes. Yeah, Ava is the one that is like, oh my God. Ava is the one that's really sticking the most, because it represents the energy that I'm aspiring to. Where's the fifth puppy? Fifth puppy didn't come down the steps, so the fifth puppy's still... Yeah, Rosemary, exactly. And now I get to write a new beginning. So at first I was kind of upset, and I was just trying to like, okay, all right, let's go find the puppy. The puppy's crying upstairs. Let's go find the puppy. Okay, all right. Okay, excuse me. So at first, when I got this disappointing news that my journals had been essentially trashed, I thought they were safe. I was going to go back for them. Turns out they got trashed. At first I was like, I was really bummed about it. I was like, okay. We were talking in the High Vibe tribe about attachments, and I was like, okay, I really see my attachment to these journals, and I thought I was going to go back, and I had this whole storyline in my head, and now life is being like, nope, something else. So am I going to get upset about it, or can I like flow with it? So then I got into this mode of like, okay, what can I remember? What can I remember from that time? So I started just like remembering things. And then at the same time, I was also asking myself the question of like, okay, where would I go if I travel? Like, do I want to go meet up with Luke in Nepal? Like, do I want to go make that journey? It would cost a lot of money. It would cost, a lot of energy. Is that what I really want? And then also, I had a sort of emotional relapse. I didn't relapse with substances, but I did have this really great understanding that, being sober, like not drinking or smoking, that's not enough. There's still a lot of work to do to be a peaceful being, because when you're identified as like an alcoholic or an addict, I mean, that's just like a symptom of the problem. The main problem is really just like, there's a selfishness, there's a, like, I just want this, I want to feel this, and you can like use people, manipulate people, you can have different addictions, you can have an addiction to anger. I mean, there's an underlying thread of like discontent that can be symptomatic in alcohol or substances or sex or shopping or all of these things, all the ways that we try to get away from this like inner pain, right? And so you cannot be drinking and smoking, but if you're not doing the work to heal the inner pain, it's going to come up in different ways. It's going to come up in different ways. And so I saw that really clearly, and so that's what got me to get back doing the work of the 12-step work, which is all, and I'll talk more about that later. It's a lot of like work to get honest and really spiritually surrender to a higher power and clear yourself of anger, clear yourself of resentments and jealousies and those sort of like lower vibrations. But there's work involved, right? So I have a very dear friend who sponsors me in the program, and a sponsor means that you take them through the work. It's like someone who is your ally and your friend in this like, oh, there's the fifth puppy. Sponsor is someone who's your ally and your friend in doing this like, yeah, this like deep excavation work. Hi, puppy. So, so it was a few things that came together, and then it just kind of hit me of like, yeah, I want to go back to Bali. I want to continue this excavation of my expression. I want to continue with my words, and now that I have the music to go with it, I want to go back. I want to remember. I want to enjoy now that I'm, in a much different place where I can actually enjoy. Because back then it was like I was so angry at my ex-boyfriend. I was getting over this like really toxic relationship that I was in with this guy in Thailand, like, and I wasn't fully present. I wasn't able to be fully present in this beautiful place. So now I'm going back at a very different time in my life, and so I can really be, my intention is to just be, to be present and enjoy and go to the waterfalls. And I can't wait to get a motorbike. Oh, and bop around the town on a motorbike, and yeah, just go on adventures and explore and make new friends and make music. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's kind of it. All right, so there you have it. There is a very, very, very long vinegar. How long ago, Janice? It was about 3 years ago. So I went to Bali. I came back to the States. I worked for a few months that summer. Then I went on that pilgrimage to Egypt. And then I moved to Guatemala. And I've been in Guatemala for over 2.5 years. So it was about 3-ish years ago. Exactly 3 years ago, I was in Bali at this time doing that work. And so yeah, so now I'm going back for a new chapter. This is the puppy that has not been accounted for. So this little girl, and she's very sweet, so... But we'll find her a home. We'll find you a home. I think we have a good lead today with my friend Christina. Yes? Yes? What? What is it, sweetheart? What is it? All right, we gotta get back inside. Oh, I thought he was biting, but no, he's just scratching his ass. Hey, buddy. Got some flies? Oh, the High Vibe Tribe. Don't do it, or you get the cone. I know you don't want the cone. So the High Vibe Tribe. So Janice, great question. So the High Vibe Tribe is what we refer to for the supporters on this page. So you'll see an option below somewhere. It says you can become a supporter of the page, and that gets you access to exclusive content, a private Facebook group. So that's the High Vibe Tribe. So it costs $10 a month, and that gets you a seat at every 2 weeks we do a Zoom call, and sometimes they're as long as 2 hours. So we use the space to really get to know each other, and we've been doing some really nice work and reflection. And also with the High Vibe Tribe, you guys know things that I don't tell the general public. You know what I mean? If you're part of the tribe, you know. So it's also like behind the scenes. It's a smaller group. It's more of like a safer group. So a lot of times I try things out there in the tribe. Hey. Before I release it to the public. So it's like a testing space. It's a smaller space. It's this, but a very small, intimate group. So I think there are about 140-ish, 137 people in the group. So it's a smaller container, and it really lets us get to know each other better. And so if that's the space where you've ever been like, Erica, I need to talk to you about this thing, or I wanted to ask you about this, or can you teach me about this, or that's the space to do it. This big space is not the best space for that, because there are just so many people. I'm not able to give that kind of attention to every person as much as I would love to. So the High Vibe Tribe allows me to be more focused with a smaller group of people. So Janice, I would love to have you there. I'd love to see you there. It's a great group. We have a really special community, and I also really appreciate it. I appreciate the support because it helps me do what I do. Hey, Stella, to bring this content to you guys. And yeah, so I hope that answers your question. So you can always just like try it for a month, see how you feel, and then dip out, or however you want to do it. There's like literally no commitment. Literally no commitment. So. All right, guys. You need your probiotics. Let's go get the probiotics for the kids. Ah, Stella, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're my puppy. You're my best puppy. We rode on a motorcycle today. We are so good. Oh, thanks, Rosemary. So yeah, so Rosemary is a tribe member. So you see anyone like Rosemary, she has a little badge with a heart on it next to her name, so that tells you if someone's in the tribe. And she says you get a lot for the $10. So thank you. That's really, if you guys were watching my videos before, you know that I had the option to start the subscriber group for a while, but I didn't start it because I wasn't sure if I could give you guys good value and if we can be consistent on it. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, Troy, about 5 years ago I met you at that farmer's market in Maine, yeah. I almost bought a stone from you before I went to Egypt, but I decided not to spend the $20, although now I kind of regret it. What was I saying? Yeah, Chantal, you're in it. Oh, yes, that's what I was saying. I was nervous about starting the group, because first I didn't know how, I was like, I can't show up in a Facebook group every single day. So I don't show up like every single day, but I do show up regularly. But the Zoom call is really where we get to drop in, and that's what I've been really deeply wanting to offer you guys, which is what I enjoyed about doing like the charity raffles, is that I got email addresses and then I could do the raffle and email people directly, because I'm not about to put a Zoom link on this big page here, because then it would just be too much. So it really fulfilled my desire to want to connect more deeply with you guys, and it's being done in a way where I'm incentivized to be there because I'm being paid for it. And so it's like, it's a service. It's a service. It's a service I'm providing, which is nice to finally have the container, and it's within Facebook, so it's not like Patreon. I was thinking of taking it outside, but it's just like, I don't want to deal with another platform. So it's nice that it's finally in. So Janice, the Zoom calls, we do at different times. We really strive to do different times of the week. Sometimes it's morning, sometimes it's the evening. Sometimes it's weekdays, sometimes it's weekends. We try to avoid Sunday mornings, let's just say that. We try to do different times because there are people from all over the world. So, and then the replays of the Zoom calls are posted in the group. So yeah. Okay, guys, it's hot, and I said I was gonna do, and now I've just been doing this for a while. So the vinegar is sorted for now. I'm gonna put the top back on, say some prayers, and put it away, and then we'll check on that in the coming weeks and see how it came. Oh, Kimberly, you just became a supporter. Awesome, welcome. So if you do just become a supporter, what we ask, because we want to get to know you and we want to love on you, when you do become a supporter, go in the group and just make a post and let us know who you are. If you want to show us, so there are two options. You could do, if you're feeling really brave, you could do a video post, because we would love to see your face and hear your voice and tell us a little bit about yourself. Or you can do a photo post where you share, photos of yourself, of your family, of your dogs, whatever you want to share with us. That would help us get to know you better. And that's really important, because, that's what we're here for. We're here to get to know each other better and create a community. So we have a really beautiful community, and we would love to have you come be a part of it. So, nice. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to now wrap up and make some music with the kids. So, the last thing I'll say is, as I was getting the idea for Bali, what is it? You know how to get up the stairs. Don't just cry like a baby. Come on. Hey, puppies. Hey, puppies. Hey, puppies. All right. Yeah. So, when I was coming up with this idea to go to Bali, it's like, oh, I have all these ideas of what I'm going to be. I'm really going to enjoy myself. I'm really going to be present. I'm going to be just like in my joy. I'm going to make music. I'm going to focus on my recovery work. You know, I'm going to do all these things. And then it's like, wait, if that's what I think I'm going to do in Bali, then that's what I need to do right here where I am. I need to be, enjoy, make music, go slow, focus on my recovery work. Like, I have to smash the illusion that some other place is going to finally give me the container to do the things that I can't do now. Like, you got to practice the thing now. There's no magic location you're going to get to where it solves your problems and suddenly you're going to be present and happy. Like, no, if my intention is to go to Bali and enjoy myself and be joyful and present and happy and make music and work on my spiritual work, you know, and do that honest accounting of myself and evolve and strive and grow as a person, then that's exactly what I have to do right here where I am. So, just a thought. So, stop making excuses and do the thing now. Stop waiting for the perfect place or the perfect instrument or the perfect this or the perfect partner or the perfect, like, do the things now. Practice the things now. Don't wait. Don't put it off. Don't wait for the perfect camera to start blogging. Don't wait for the perfect whatever to start loving yourself. Like, do it now. Make that your practice now, because then when you do get to the other place, it will be beautiful. But it's not because the place, it's because you. It's because you decided. Because you decided to stop waiting. You decided to stop blaming. And you decided to take the actions that seemed far away but then suddenly became part of who you are and where you are right now. So, what is it for you? What is it for you? What do you think that you would come to Hummingbird Valley and do and have the perfect dream vacation and do while you're here? What is it? Do it now. Find your own version of it now. And it's not about me. It's not based on someone else. Like, oh, I would come and you would hang out with me and then we would be happy. It's like, no, that's not how this works. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh, Margie, thank you, honey. Thanks for the stars. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Thank you, Margie. Thanks, everyone. Oh. All right, looks like we have to clean up the yard a little bit. All right, looks like it's nap time. Okay. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.